Get ready to dive into some seriously thought-provoking stuff.
Always up for a good brain stretch.
We've got this piece you guys sent us, New Opportunities Now.
Yeah, it's a fascinating read for sure.
We're going to break it down and explore this whole idea of abundance and awakening.
It's almost like a roadmap, you know?
Right. To a more fulfilling life, maybe.
Exactly. And I think there's some really unique insights here that might surprise people.
Absolutely. Like, who are these brights the author keeps mentioning?
Right. And how do we actually tap into this overflowing abundance?
Yeah, that's the big question.
The piece really emphasizes that we're entering, or maybe we're already in, this time of immense opportunity.
Oh, so it's happening now.
Yeah, it seems like it. The author, Shawn Wondunna Foley, describes it as the universe opening these magnificent doors, leading us into a new chapter.
New doors, new chapters. I like the sound of that.
And it's all overflowing with abundance, they say.
Okay, so new doors, new chapter, abundance galore. But it's not just about, winning the lottery or finding your dream job, right?
No, not at all.
Because the piece seems to say this abundance can show up in all areas of our lives. Spiritual, emotional, and, material wealth, too.
Exactly. It's like abundance in every aspect of your being.
I'm digging it. So it's not just about the external stuff. It's about an inner abundance as well.
Precisely. And the piece even says, and I'm quoting here, abundance is not just a future possibility. It is present in one's life right now.
Whoa, that's powerful.
It is, right? It's about recognizing the abundance that's already there, even if we don't always see it.
Okay, so that makes sense. But let's get back to those brights. Who are they? What would I see if I ran into a bright on the street?
Well, the way Wondunna Foley describes them, it seems like it's a state of being more than anything else.
Okay, so less about looks, more about energy.
Yeah. They talk about love, light, the sense of oneness, with everything.
Oneness, okay. And I think I remember reading about effortless living, too.
Yes. And sharing joy and wisdom with others. It's like, imagine someone just moving through life with this deep inner peace and a really clear sense of purpose.
Okay, I can picture that. A very serene, wise kind of person.
Yeah.
But how do we actually become that? How do we step into that bright version of ourselves?
Well, that's where things get really interesting. Wondunna Foley talks about this idea of aligning with the universe.
Aligning with the universe. Go on.
So the idea is that when we're in sync, when we're aligned, things just naturally fall into place.
Okay, that makes sense.
They describe it as an effortless flow of energy, like tapping into this rhythm that's already there.
I like that, tapping into the rhythm. But honestly, that sounds like a pretty big leap of faith.
You think so?
Well, for a lot of people, I mean. To just let go and trust that the universe has got your back.
Sure, it can be challenging, but think about it this way. Imagine swimming upstream against a strong current. It's exhausting.
Ugh, I'm tired just thinking about it.
Right, but if you turn around and go with the flow, it's so much easier, right?
Yeah, it's like you're working with the energy instead of fighting against it.
Exactly, and I think that's what Wondunna Foley is getting at here, aligning with the natural flow of the universe.
Okay, so how do we actually do that? What can we do in our daily lives to cultivate that sense of alignment, to tap into that effortless flow?
Well, the piece gives some practical suggestions, like connecting with your higher purpose, figuring out what you're really here to do.
Yeah, I think a lot of people struggle with that.
Absolutely. And the author suggests things like meditation, gratitude exercises, practices that quiet the mind.
Right, so you can actually hear what your inner voice is telling you.
Exactly. And there's also this emphasis on recognizing and embracing synchronicity. Those moments when things just magically line up.
Yeah, I love those moments. It's like the universe is giving you a little wink.
Totally.
Yeah.
But I've got to admit, some people might read this and think it's a little, a little woo-woo. How do we address that?
Well, that's a valid point. Not everyone is going to connect with this kind of language and perspective.
Right. And you know what? It's fascinating. Wondunna Foley actually addresses that in the text. They specifically say, this is just one perspective.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They actually encourage readers to take what resonates with them and leave the rest.
I love that. So it's about personal interpretation, finding what works for you.
Exactly. And maybe the most important takeaway isn't about achieving some kind of future enlightenment, but more about recognizing the abundance that's already present in our lives right now.
Yeah, shifting that perspective like we were talking about earlier, that can be pretty powerful.
Incredibly powerful. It's like instead of chasing after something, you realize you already have it. You just have to see it.
That's a really great point to end on. So what do you think? Are you ready to tap into your own bright potential?
And embrace the abundance that might be waiting for you.
This was just a starting point, a little taste of what Wondunna Foley has to offer.
It's up to you to see what resonates and explore where it leads you.
And hey, even if you're not feeling super bright right now, that's okay.
Maybe this deep dive just sparked a little curiosity.
Or planted a seed.
Exactly. Who knows where it might lead?
Had some good food for thought.
Yeah.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.
See you on the next deep dive.
Bye, everyone!